Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here. So do a quick midday kind of video. I've been focusing a lot on getting stuff out of here for the move. So there's been a lot of stuff that has small tweaks that need to be done to them, unfinished things. So not a lot of pimp jobs being shown that haven't been, a lot of stuff I show sometimes is not always finished. Sometimes I show them just to have more on my videos. But that's just so, I can provide more entertainment for everyone, but at the same time screwing myself with the situation I'm in now, because now I got nothing really to show, but I do have a couple things today that are pretty sweet. So there's going to be like less videos for the next couple weeks, because I think I'm moving by the 15th of this month. I'm not positive right now, but as it is right now, that's what I'm planning on. So basically my top goal is to get as much stuff back to customers and friends as possible. So yeah, so I gotta focus on that more than making videos, but I'm going to be making videos, like small videos here and there, like more like maybe show some pimp jobs being done, maybe just to kind of like keep my channel going so it doesn't get, whatever. But at the same time, I'm gonna be ramping up my pimping, so there could be a hell of a lot more and I could be totally wrong, so we'll see what happens. But as of right now, guys, the PPT is sold, the Chalkway is sold, I guess. If you bought this thing, please give me a call, because some weird stuff's going on with the whole PayPal thing, so Chalkway is kind of sold. What else sold? Friction folder sold. The Bad Blood sold. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, there's a couple more. Most of them are still available. I may have not gotten to some people who were asking about them, but anyway, I'm showing the VCP right here, my VCP. I just got off the phone with Les George. Really good guy. I mean, I'm always kind of worried about how some of these knife makers are going to be on the phone, whether they're going to be a complete asshole or just their head's big and they think they're the shit, kind of like I am, or like they are just really courteous and very helpful, kind of like a Jake Hoback. But Les George, he was really cool. I mean, he was definitely feeling me out in the beginning there, but I explained who I was, which made no difference to him. But I basically had to, because I wanted to send this in for him to repair because of well, it only does it, well, it's not, it sometimes doesn't do it, which is awesome, but you can hear it clicking. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't do it at all, and then other times it just touch it and it's, But again, you do not spine whack a knife. I was talking to him about that. I don't do that, and I told him because I modified it, if he does not want to fix it because of warranty issues, I'm totally cool with it, because I will never be spine whacking my knife or, using it in this way at all. I mean, so I'm fine with it like it is, but if I can get it fixed, that's cool. So, and I'm just I think it'd be kind of cool for him to check this out too. The brass spacer and all the acid etching and the fallout treatment, pretty much. So, but this also goes with the 3 knives I got to show you. They're all fallout treatment. One of them's kind of just let me go with it. It's kind of something different on a Sebenza. Sorry, I still got lots of mucus, which is just awesome. So first up is the Silent Soldier flipper for. Oh, I've been talking to the dude on the phone so much that I forgot his YouTube name. I'll put it in the. It's not 91 Whiskey. It's something. God, I can't remember, dude. I'm sorry, dude. And I don't know if you want me to use your name on camera, so I apologize. But fallout treatment, kind of like a small fallout treatment to this one. The Silent Soldier flipper D2 acid etch looks very nice. You got the bronze screws, kept the carbon fiber. Bronze liners, really nice and clean. Got a very, very late lockup on this one. Basically, when I sandblasted the liners, it took off all the carbonizing. So simply carbonize it, and it's actually solid. I got it, and it was a lot of blade play, but it's solid. So once I carbonize it, it's probably going to be about 50%, probably be about right here, and rock solid. So ignore the off lock bar there. So yeah, all the hardware has been bronzed, but I really like the way that looks. Kept it stock on the back there, and same with the pot clips. Nice little kind of keep a flow going here with it. Nice and smooth, like barely any blade play. This thing had terrible blade play before, but now it's good. And sharpened it up. It's not ridiculously sharp, but not too good with sharpening these Silent Soldiers. I learned that the hard way. Just gotta be perfectly straight, and I don't have a guide for it, so you know, it's freehand. So one time on mine, I rolled it a little bit. Now it's kind of looks like the chalk way a little bit. You know, instead of being nice and straight, it's got a little belly on the end. Which ain't a bad thing, but you know, not what a customer would want, I think. So that one looks sexy. So I did this for a friend, Mike. Great guy, really good dude. Next up, a Sebenza. I was told to go nuts on it, so you know it's getting the acid wash. And this one was missing all the bottom hardware, so it was basically flopping around, so I had to think of something to fix it. So you got the old school Sebenza acid etch or acid wash blade, which still has its shine to it. Sebenza's really nice acid wash. It keeps that like finish. Can't really tell. It's like not as shiny as it usually is, but it's shiny and it feels like the acid etching is actually sealed underneath like something. But it's just nice and clean. And they, you know, put nail polish over the blue thumb stud just to affect it at all. So it's still blue. So I anodized the scales blue on both sides except for the pot clip and the sides. Kind of give a nice cool look there, and you can see we're missing the little donut, the little anodized donut that goes there, so I put a backspacer with some nice smooth rounded gear pattern in it. I gotta figure out something to hold it in place here. Right now I just have a pivot standoff. Probably gonna shorten it, ream it out so it doesn't have the threading in it anymore, and put a lanyard through it, something like that to keep it staying in. The best I could come up with, pretty much, because you don't have a lot right next to each other, and I don't want two screws there, kind of look pretty crappy. So you got the screws up here, like nicely polished and refinished. Unfortunately, the bottom, you know, I don't have these studs like the actual Chris Reeves. I'm sure you can order them and just swap it out right here. You can just order them from Chris Reeves. They'll probably I think it's like 15 bucks, and they'll send you like all new screws. But these are nice and polished. They're decent screws. They're pretty much similar, but they're not Allen key. They're Torx bits. Just don't have many Allen ones. But yeah, looks nice to me. I like it. I like the new version, the 21, better than the older ones, but this one definitely looks really nice. I like the blue anodizing. I don't often do it, but I like the way it looks. I like how it's gray on the sides and blue on the flats. Looks sweet. Definitely matches that pivot, or that thumb stud. And finally, the masterpiece. This one sold, and just what I was hoping for. Somebody wanted to change it because I was not really happy with it. It was a little bit too flashy and just too fancy looking for such a badass knife. Now I'm kind of regretting selling it, but you know, my PPT sold last night. Did a little rework to it. So you got the acid etch blade, which turned out just awesome. I love it when it does this on Spydercos. It seems to do this more than any others. Basically bronzes the logos just the slightest bit, and it kind of like pushes it in a little bit so it's got some texture to it. And the acid wash looks really good. You see how that Spyder is actually kind of a bronze color. And then of course bronze fallout treatment on the knife. Kind of added this little washer around there for like some flair to it. Looks really cool actually. Backspacer is also bronze, like a dirty bronze, which looks really sweet. I kind of burned the edges of it by using oil when I was heat anodizing it, which kind of stained it, which is exactly what I was trying to go for. I wish I did it the whole thing, but I'm going to experiment with that. Acid wash liners, acid wash clip, just stone washed bead blast hardware, but this thing just right there. Beautiful. I am a huge fan of the way this turned out. Nice and centered. Just heavy, but extremely comfortable. I mean, I love the PPT pattern, but it always made this knife a little bit uncomfortable because it kind of dug in. With this, it's just nice and rounded. Just feels really good. So that's what I got today, but real quick I want to address one thing. I brought up that forum, or that thread on a forum yesterday. Basically some guy just creating a shitty thread for like no apparent reason, just so he could let out his bullshit anger, I guess, and his opinions about other people that he has no right to say, and who the fuck cares. But there's a few things that he brought up, and like a few other people brought up. I mean, the cursing, you know, I've explained it. It's just who I am. I mean, I don't often curse as much as I do in videos. Sometimes I get a little nervous sometimes when I make videos because, you know, I'm basically speaking to a couple thousand people. So sometimes it messes with my nerves and I'll curse. Sometimes it just comes out. I'm tired. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not going to apologize for it, because if you can't handle, like, a fuck or shit here and there, you shouldn't be watching my channel. I guess, like, I mean, you can handle it. And if you can't handle it and you like the work, just mute it. I mean, I don't say anything interesting ever. So, I mean, you know, there's no use to listening to my stupid voice. And as far as the guy was also pointing out that I a lot of sob stories. Thing is that, you know, I ordered a Direware about 10 months ago. Now, I know how it works because I do this. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Direware or a Les George or a Chris Reeves, but I understand that your turnaround time changes. I mean, you say one thing and sometimes it just doesn't work out because things come up. I mean, all my customers know that. You guys know that. Thing is, with me, I have a video telling you exactly what I'm doing pretty much on a daily basis. So I think that it's kind of nice, like, you know, like my Direware, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I don't care. You know, he can take his time. I know I'll be happy with the product once I get it. But, you know, it's been 10 months and I have no idea what's going on. Now, I feel like some people wouldn't be able to handle a 10-month wait for a knife and could get pissed off and just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, screw him. But whereas I have this channel as partially to show off my pimp jobs and my knives. I mean, I don't consider my YouTube channel my business, but it kind of has taken that form a little bit. I originally wanted to keep them separate, more of just a show of my work, but you know, it's just turned into like just a huge thing for me, and just people just love seeing their knives displayed before they get them back. So, and I love it too. I absolutely love making videos and showing off my work. But at the same time, this guy's considered sob stories. You know, if my grandmother dies, God forbid, I'm going to tell you guys my grandmother's dead. I'm not going to be working for a couple days. Where the fuck is Tough Thumbs? Where the fuck is my knife? You said they were shipping it. That's why my grandmother died, God forbid. Or, you know, I'm moving. I got to tell you guys I'm moving. Or, you know, just this and that. I mean, most of you, I'm speaking to you guys and you totally know this shit. I have to explain this for people that just common sense. I mean, common and sense. Those two words make no sense to them. I mean, I just feel like it makes sense for me to you know, to provide this service of actually giving you a day-by-day update on where I am. So, you know, I let my phone number out there, unfortunately, which I regret and I'm thankful for. But, you know, my phone number's out there so you can get a hold of me. Basically, I'm the easiest person to get a hold of. I mean, emails, yeah, I'm hiring someone to take care of my emails because I can't handle them. So if you really, I do get to them, but there's just a lot. So, you know, you might have emailed me like a week ago, but I'm still on 2 weeks ago sometimes. But I tend to keep up with, you know, the urgent stuff, and you know, I look for customer stuff in there amongst all the BS. I mean, I'm not saying BS, but you know, I just love like getting people ask me questions like, how does this work? What knife do you recommend? And I totally am cool with answering that stuff, but sometimes I'll have like 100 like that, and I'm like, all right, like this is starting to, you know, take up, you know, like this took an hour of my time, and there's not a single order in here, and I'm more than happy to help. But you know, if you have something like that, text me it. If I don't answer, don't get offended. You know, I could have my mask on. You know, I could be knee deep in carbon fiber. That's just the way I have to do it. I mean, if I stop every time a phone rings, you know, I'd never get a single knife done. So I have to pick and choose when I answer the phone. But most of the time I will call you back. If you leave a message, I definitely listen to the message and call you back. But you know, just please don't get offended or take anything personally if I don't answer the phone sometimes. Oh yeah, dude, sorry I forgot to send this with the rest of your stuff, dude. I totally forgot this thing even existed. So I will be sending that out tomorrow to you with a sheath. Sorry about that, dude. I'm surprised you didn't call me and read me out, but it's a cool little knife. But anyway, guys, I just thought I'd just talk to you about that, and just be cool with me moving. It's not going to be easy, and I'm not asking anybody to feel bad for me or something like that. You know, I just tell you what's going on, and you know, life isn't always happy and fun. You know, sometimes, and most of the time, you know, it's not always happy and fun. So most of the time, it's not always good news. So, I mean, the good stuff happens, and the bad stuff happens, unfortunately, more often. Because, you know, the way things are, people seem to be more negative than positive. So, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, moving, you know, there's no, you know, it sucks, because it's going to cost me, like, $4 grand to move. I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, that's a lot of money for me at all one time. That's just crazy. So I gotta sell my knives, not asking for a handout. I'm just selling my knives. If you guys want to buy them, you buy them. It helps me out, helps you out. If you don't want to buy them, then don't buy them. Watch the video, look at some nice knives that have been customized and I'm selling, you know, like, who cares? But you know, like, I don't care so much that the guy said that. I just have heard a couple things about people talking about me with the cursing and stuff, and I just wanted to address that. And I'm not saying I don't give a shit about how you feel about cursing. It's just that I don't need to, like, change the way I speak. I mean, it's how I've always done things on here, and I'm afraid that if I change it, and I don't want to change it or need to change it, then like, you know, people are gonna be like, well, this isn't what I'm used to, and it's not what I'm used to either. So I mean, it is what it is. This channel is just kind of turned into what it is. So, and nobody's trying to be cool. Nobody's trying to show off. Like, I'm just being myself, and when Vance is here, we're just messing around, having fun, and 90% of you guys totally get it, and I wish you were all here hanging out with me. But yeah, I'm just ranting, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.